Hello, welcome back to our Journeys 1313. In today's video, we are taking you along with us to one of the most peaceful and beautiful temples we have visited in Karnataka, Sringeri Sri Sharada Peetham. Sringeri is located in the Chikmagaluru district of Karnataka on the banks of the beautiful Tunga river. And for us, the journey actually started from Kasaragod, Kerala. The drive is around 160 kilometers depending on the route you take, and it takes roughly 3.5 to 4 hours or more depending on traffic and road conditions. And honestly, the drive itself is a big part of the experience because a section of our route takes us through the beautiful Kudremukh forest region. When we visited, there was ongoing road construction in a few stretches, so the ride wasn't so smooth as we hoped. So if you are planning to drive this route, it's worth keeping some extra travel time. We collected the national park entry pass from the forest checkpost. So if you are traveling through a regulated forest route, always make sure you follow the instructions given by the forest officials and get the required permission or entry pass where applicable. A few instructions are as follows. You get a limited window of time to cross to the exit checkpost. Expect somewhere around 90 minutes, so don't take too many photo stops. For overstaying, there's a fine. The exact amount can change, so just ask the forest officials at the gate or check the entry pass for the info. This isn't just a scenic road, you are traveling through a protected forest ecosystem. So please don't litter, don't feed wildlife, avoid unnecessary honking, and follow the speed and timing restrictions communicated at the checkpost. And crossing is generally not allowed after evening hours, so time your drive accordingly. And one thing I would definitely recommend is to download your offline maps before entering the forest stretch because network connectivity can be unreliable in these areas. Kudremukh National Park covers around 600 square kilometers and is one of the most important protected forest areas of the Western Ghats. The park is known for its rich biodiversity and wildlife, and in terms of size, Kudremukh is the third largest national park in Karnataka after Bandipur and Nagarhole national parks. And the name Kudremukh itself is interesting. In Kannada, Kudre means horse and Mukha means face, referring to the horse face appearance of the Kudremukh peak from certain viewpoints. After driving through the forest stretch, we reached the exit checkpost within the time and continued towards Sringeri, still dealing with a bit of that road construction work from earlier. And finally, we are here at Sringeri. We visited during a holiday period, so it was fairly crowded. There is parking available near the temple area, and from the parking area, you can walk towards the main temple complex. Okay, so here's something you should know about Sringeri. Sringeri is home to the Amnaya Shri Sharada Peetham, traditionally regarded as the first and foremost of the 4 Amnaya Peethams established by Shri Adi Shankaracharya. It dates back around the 8th century to spread Sanatana Dharma and Advaita Vedanta across India. The 4 Peethams are associated with the 4 directions: Sringeri Sharada Peetham in the south, Dwaraka Sharada Peetham in the west, Puri Govardhana Peetham in the east, and Badrinath Jyotirmath in the north. And each Peetham is associated with one of the 4 Vedas, with Sringeri associated with the Yajurveda. And did you know there's actually a legend behind why this exact spot was chosen? The story goes that as Adi Shankaracharya was traveling along the banks of Tunga river, he witnessed a snake spreading its hood like an umbrella to shield a pregnant frog from the harsh sun. 2 natural enemies in a moment of complete peace. That image of non-violence between predator and prey is said to be why he chose this exact spot to establish the Peetham. And even with the crowds around us that day, there really was a certain stillness in the temple premises. It's hard to describe, you kind of have to feel it. There are several important temples and sacred places within the Sringeri complex, but 2 of the most prominent ones are the Shri Sharadamba temple and the Shri Vidhyashankara temple. Shri Sharadamba temple is dedicated to goddess Saraswati, the presiding deity of Sringeri and the goddess of knowledge. And then there's the Vidya Shankara temple dedicated to Lord Shiva. This temple was built in 1338 AD and is one of the most fascinating architectural landmarks in Sringeri. It's built entirely of stone and blends pre-Vijayanagara temple styles with Hoysala and Vijayanagara elements. The more you look at the temple, the more details you start noticing. One detail that genuinely stopped me in my tracks was the stone chain hanging from the roof. I wonder how they have made this. The outer walls are covered in large sculpted panels set at right angle to each other, depicting deities from Vedic tradition and post-Vedic Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Shaktism, Saurism, and the Ganapatya tradition. I even spotted a Jain Tirthankara carved into one of the panels, a small but striking reminder of how layered this region's history is. At the top of the Vimana or Shikara of the temple sits a golden Kalasha, traditionally seen as the point where divine energy is believed to flow into the temple. Honestly, you can spend quite a bit of time just walking around and looking at the details. By the way, did you know how Sringeri got its name? Sringeri is associated with Rishyasringa, the sage from the Ramayana. This place was known as Rishyasringagiri earlier, means the hill of the sage Rishyasringa, which over time became Sringagiri and eventually Sringeri. And of course, one of the things we couldn't miss, the temple elephant. We saw the temple elephants blessing the devotees, and it was such a lovely moment to watch. From the temple area, we continued exploring Sringeri, and we were about to cross the Tunga river on the Vidhyatheertha setu. But the view under the bridge got us completely distracted because look at these fish. There were massive fish crowding together, fighting over the food that devotees were tossing in. So we had to go back for a closer look. They are seriously much bigger than I expected. On the other side of the river is another important part of the Peetham. Across the river is the southern monastic side of the Peetham. This is where the Guru's residence, the Adisthanas, and the Sadvidya Sanjeevani Sanskrit Mahapatashala are located. Sringeri isn't just a temple town, it has also been an important center for traditional learning and the study of Vedanta and the Vedas for centuries. Now, there's one very important thing you should know before planning a visit, the dress code. As of an official update from the Peetham, all devotees are now required to wear traditional Indian attire for darshan at both the Sharadamba temple and at the Guru Nivasa, like saris, half saris or churidars for women and dhoti for men. You can check the official Sringeri Sharada Peetham website before you travel, since these rules can be updated. I'll leave the link in the description box. Photography is restricted in certain areas, including inside temples and Guru Nivasa, so always follow the instructions displayed there. After exploring the southern part, we headed back towards the temple, and honestly, one of my favorite views from this trip was from this bridge. We got to see the beautiful view of the Tunga river, the greenery, and the temple architecture in the background. It was such a peaceful view. We also found this hanging bridge near the parking area and decided to walk across it. The view from here was beautiful, especially with the Vidhyatheertha setu and the temple in the background. One thing we did notice was quite a bit of waste along sides of the bridge. So if you are visiting places like this, let's do our little bit. That's carry our waste with us. Use the bins where available and avoid throwing anything into the river or surrounding areas. These places are beautiful because of their natural and cultural heritage, and keeping them that way is something all of us can contribute to. And that brings us to the end of our Sringeri trip. If you are planning a trip here, I hope this video gives you a better idea of what the journey and the temple experience are like. Let us know in the comments if you have been here or if you are planning a visit soon. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next vlog from somewhere.